Moving on to the Vision T. Now this is going to be, like I said, the friendlier version, let's put it that way, and this looks even more production ready to me. That 4-pot arrangement that we saw on the SXT, you see that here as well, but those are DRLs and this is where the headlight sits. And what we saw, that six-pack look that Pratap Bose likes to talk about with the Thar rocks, we see that over here as well. The Vision T badging right here, contrasting panels, they basically match the body color. And check out the size of that hood. I think it's very nicely designed. Those curves, those creases, they all look very nicely executed. Those bonnet straps that we saw, bonnet clamps that we see here as well. I wonder if this might turn out to be some kind of a design element, or I don't know what they're going to do, but this one looks quite nice. I think they might even incorporate maybe headlamp washers somewhere, or what if they do it from here? Maybe it sprays sideways, we don't know. Talking of the fog lamps, very nicely placed, cleanly placed. They have their own housing here, and I think that should be amazing, whether you're driving on the road or even driving off-road. I think these are very nicely placed. They are nice and low, and there is plenty of space to put your auxiliary lights, etc. Again, chamfered off edges for the bumpers that we see. Great approach and departure angles. You see the tow hook right here, space for the winch. So all of this has been integrated, so that multi-layered design just coming through very nicely. So this of course is running off-road tires. When it goes to production, obviously it's going to have something that's more road friendly. They will not be able to homologate with these tires, but you see the kind of design they have going here. Quite a aerodynamic design, and I think even off the road it should be absolutely fine. But you tell me, what do you think? They have even said minimum of 23 psi, maximum of 38 psi. So we are looking at both, a dual purpose tire here. Then you see a relief map design right here. Like I said, I think this band is going to become a design theme going forward. We saw that on the SXT as well, and I think they are going to do something here without making it look too Range Rover like. Here we again see mirrors that are, not again, but rather here we see mirrors that are more conventional. On the SXT we saw cameras that work like mirrors, and all the lines here look a little bit more conventional compared to what we saw on the SXT. Again, the exposed door hinges, that is a trademark of the Thar design. So you see that. You again see the new IQ, again pointing towards the fact that this could be electric and hybrid. Both options might come through. Then you look at the squared off wheel arches, both front and rear, and that design detail that I was talking about with these, you see that on the front wheel arch as well, so that it doesn't create too much spray onto the bodywork. Then you again get the C-pillar with the door handle right there, and then we see on top that it's not as hardcore as what we saw with the SXT, but you see the similar design element coming through, something similar to what we saw on the Thar rocks as well. So they are incorporating that pretty well, and they love putting Easter eggs on the rear windows, right? So they have done that. So you see the little car there and a little tree right there. I hope the camera is able to pick that up, but that is there as well. And then they are creating these accessory mounts. It's like a MOLLE system, let's put it that way. If you know a better word for this, let me know, but it's got a maximum payload of 45 kilos. So again, something that we've seen on other off-road cars like the Defender. So they're putting this accessory ecosystem in place for this car. The 4-pot design that we saw for the headlights, we see that coming through for the tail lights as well. But here, I think the design looks a little empty in between. But you tell me, what do you feel about it? That design element that I'm talking about, I really want to see what Pratap Bose does with that in the production model. Is it just going to get carried over as is, or is he planning to put some functionality there? I want to definitely see. At the rear, you get an angular loop for towing, and you again get the rear fog lamps again pointing a little outwards. So functionality wise, they should be absolutely on point. So that is another a nice element. Then I see hinges on top as well. So again, something similar to what we've seen with the Thar. So I'm guessing this is going to open up in a two-step mechanism where the spare wheel and the boot is going to open, the door is going to open, and the window is going to open upward like we've seen on the current generation Thar. So there is that other tow hook that you see there. You see the spare wheel on the boot. So they are going with the hardcore SUV or the core SUV philosophy here. They want to keep holding on to it. Thar is now a product line for them, so which is why I think it might just coexist with the current generation Thar. As for opening the door, this is where you get the door handle for the rear, and this is where you will be getting your fuel filler or the charging flap, etc. So all of that is going to be here. I was talking about the accessory mounts. and you see those accessory mounts right here. So this can have a jerry can like they've shown here, or it can have maybe a small ladder or some other accessories that you can mount there. In fact, talking of accessories, you also see that they have managed to mount more accessories on top. So they've created those accessory mount points, something similar to what we've seen on motorcycles as well, right, where you mount your luggage, etc. So they've created those extra mount points up there. So all of this looking quite nice. So let me know your thoughts. You also see the big side step over here, something similar to what we saw on the SXT. So overall, I think the design is simply phenomenal, and I think this will be put into production real soon, looking at how production ready it looks. Now, we already saw the grab handles on the A pillar and the B pillars on that car, and then we see that here as well. And here, because of the lighting, we are getting a slightly better view at what the cabin looks like. And even when you look at the front, the infotainment, the instrumentation is quite nicely visible. So no, they are not going with a 3-screen setup like they did in some of the other cars, but this looks quite stunning. Yeah, in fact, you can see that I see more touch panels inside, but I think by the time they put this into production, there'll be more knobs than anything, is what I think, because at the end of the day, they will want to go with that hardcore attitude of the Thar. And at the same time, one good thing about the Thar is that you can literally hose it down, like we've seen in the Jeep as well. So they might want to incorporate some elements like that in there. I'm sure there'll be plaques inside, like we've seen on the current generation Thar. So all those accessories will be there. And if you look at the roof, even though this is the hardtop, you are seeing a huge panoramic roof inside. And if you look closely, see, the camera is picking it up now, you can see the ribs there. I think it's going to be illuminated like what we've seen on the BE range of vehicles. So you are going to get that illuminated. It has a relief map on top. So the graphic is that of a relief map, something similar to what we see here. So you see that relief map on top inside, and that is going to be lit up. So again, that is another beautiful design element. So this is what the side profile of the car looks like. Finally, I have some space here. So this is what the side profile of the car looks like. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? I think this is a stunning, stunning looking design. So if you've hung around till the end, clearly the excitement for this vehicle is quite high for you as well. So let us know what do you think about it. And if you haven't subscribed to Overdrive, please do so now. And until the next one, take care and drive safe.